G'day everyone, welcome back to another fish lure video. This is the second day fishing on the beach. We've got some real heavy gear, some real light gear. We've got bonito, we got prawns, we got everything. Our goal is to send some baits out in this gutter out the front here. Yesterday we got a nice little salmon, which was actually my first. So I'll play some of the footage from yesterday and then we'll get right into the fishing. What's up guys, Fish Lure here, back again with another video. Been beach fishing all day and I finally caught my first ever Australian salmon. Very pretty colours, which I doubt the camera will pick up. But yeah, I'll come get a water release on it. Alright, I'll get it out into a bit of depth and then I'll release it. Such an incredible fish. Alright. Yeah! So I just went into BCF and picked up the freshest looking 2 bonito that I could find. They're pretty small, they'd be a pretty good whole bait for jewfish if I had some heavier gear. I reckon what I'm going to do is I'm going to lop a fillet off, grab a little chunk and send that out on the light surf setup. Just quickly running through the first setup with you, I've got my 8K Saragosa, 70-pound grappler, a little bit heavy but she'll be right, and my Ocean Stream Mystic. It's like a $30 rod but it works. I just got my little stripper bonito. Not the freshest, as you can imagine, coming from the BCF freezer, but I reckon that looks pretty much perfect. Using 30-pound trace to a big star sinker, and I got my swivel up there. Just going to try and punch that out in the gutter and hope for the best that a decent Dewey, big salmon, big tailor, whatever, wants to come past and smash it. Well guys, I was just moving the gear up here because we found a spot where the bait holds in the current better, and the rod buckled over. Felt like a reasonably decent fish, but it wasn't like all that big. And I pulled it up and lost it at the bank. So that was on the bonito strip and it happened really quickly. So might be in for a decent little sesh here. Well, I just went to wind that in because I thought there was a big bunch of weed on it. And no, it's my like PB Aussie salmon. I'll get the measure mat out and we can measure this thing. Because the one I got yesterday, I forgot to measure. I reckon it would have been about 45. But I'll get my little measure mat out here. I'd say this thing would be 48 maybe, or 46 if I had to guess. Right on the end, 42. Yeah, right. Second biggest Australian salmon, also my second salmon I've ever caught. Hell yeah. Alright guys, got the hook out on this thing. Second biggest Australian salmon. Dad's just pulled in a big bunch of kelp. Get a release on it because it was a bit gut hooked. Oh, off she goes. Wrong way. No, go on. Yeah, there we go. So I'll just show you all what I'm doing with this bonito. So I just whipped the fillet off one. It's a pretty crappy filleting job. And then I cut that into 2 strips. I might trim that down a little bit more, use that as a bream bait later. So I've just got myself a nice little tiny strip of bonito. I'll show you how I hook it. So on my snell rig, I get my bottom hook. I go through the bottom here once. I pull it all the way through. And then I go in once and out through the skin twice. So you want to make sure that it's on there really, really good. And then on the top here, you just want to hook it in once. And now I'll just wrap that in cotton and cast it out. Alright, now that I've got that wrapped on nice and well with my cotton, I'll reposition my camera, pick up the rod, and then I'll just cast it out in front of me here into this wash. Perfect. Much smaller salmon here. I'd say he's in around that 30, 38, 39 centimeter range. Still an incredibly pretty fish. Right, so as I'm sure you guys just saw, I was away for just a sec and the rod buckled over with this little salmon. I'll get it back out in the drink super quick. such an incredibly pretty fish. Off she goes, straight off. Jeez. Eager little things. Alright, so another little salmon for me there. A bonito is just getting absolutely hammered. So I'll rip the remnants of this bait off and try again. Grab another fillet off this bonito. Well, that wasn't intended. Not intended at all. Slide my knife along the backbone there. Have a look at that. Near perfect fillet. I'll whip the stomach off and throw that on along with this piece. Send it out there. Not going very far, but that's where the fish are. I literally didn't sit down for more than a second and I'm already hooked up. Oh my God, I literally walked to that camera and already hooked up here. Pull it in. Feels a little bit smaller, if not the same size. Here we go. Ah. Another little salmon. Have a look at that. Like 20-second fight. Seriously, I cast this rod out, walked up to that camera to make sure it was on, and hooked up to another beautiful Australian salmon. Alright, we're getting salmon every cast here. As you can see, this one's incredibly pretty. It's very, very pale, but very healthy fish. Got very pretty eyes on it. Let's get it released. Get this little salmon, I'd say he's about the same, if not a little bit bigger. This would probably be cracking 40. Toss her in, get it straight back. Awesome. Righto guys, the action on that bait died a little bit, so I've just grabbed my 3K TD Black and 7'6" TD Hyper. Grabbed a little Shimano 100mm flick bait and a 3/8 bait junkie jig head. As you can see, really sturdy soft plastic and a nice heavy head. Just flicking it around these rocks to see what I can catch. Aiming for that school of salmon that was here before. And yeah, hopefully I can get one. Alright, sending another bait out. I just got the guts and wrapped it up inside a few little pieces of bonito with that bait cord, and I'll send that straight out. It looks incredible. Alright guys, if I have another like 10-ish minutes of no fish, I'm going to send the light combo out, try and get a bream. We had our salmon from before, the slightly smaller one, wash up, and I noticed the colours have changed a lot since I killed it. But yeah, I'm just going to use this guy's bait for dewies. But yeah. Oh no! Nah, I got him. I don't know. That's a fish. He's curving. Yeah, that's a fish. What is that? Yeah, fish. I thought that guy was a bit of weed there, but yeah, I was just over yapping with Dad and got crunched. I'd say it's probably the smallest fish of the sesh. He'd probably be about 38 if I had to guess. Just trying to get this hook out with one hand. There we go. Not going to bother getting a photo with it. Just flick sand in me. But yeah, I'll just go release it. I'm really enjoying this. I love myself a bit of beach fishing. Get it off into the waves here. Oh, straight off. Perfect. Alright, so I just got myself a larger bit of bait. I had a little bit left over, so I just wrapped it on as well as the other piece that I put on. It's like a pretty big bait, but I reckon if there's a bigger salmon there, this will be what I have to do to get it. But yeah, just wrap that on with that cotton about 30-40 times. So yeah, it should be perfect. Punch it out. Just got my light set up here. It's a Stratix CI4 2500. I've only got 8-pound braid, which I think might be a bit light. I've got my squid rod, which is an 8'3" squirt stick. It's only a 3 to 6 kilo. And I'm going to throw out a little tiny bit of this salmon as bait. I don't think the salmon will eat another salmon, but I do think that there should be a bream through there somewhere, through this big gutter that wants to eat. So I'm just going to piff this out as far as I can. Hopefully not snap the squid rod, and yeah, hope for a bream. I reckon. Yeah, it's on. Alright guys, hooked up here on the tiny bait. It feels really large. It's incredibly heavy and it's got big head shakes. Don't know what it is, but it's about to have a run here, I can already tell. Maybe not, but it feels really, really solid on the little squid stick. Alright, let's go see if we can land it. My first ever 7 gill. Now, I'm not very good. I don't think that is a 7 gill. I'd say a little carpet shark or something, something of the sorts. I've never caught something like this before, but yeah, let's see if we can get this hook out. All right, Dad, can you hold this camera for me? Oh, I don't know what type of shark this is. It's very strong. Camera. Cheers. All right. Don't know what kind of shark this is, but very pretty. Looks like a dummy shark. It kind of does, but not. But kind of. See if I can get this bait out.
Looks like he's had a pretty good go.
Yeah, he has. Alright. Completely unsure as to what this is, but very cool looking little shark thing. Doesn't even look like it has teeth. Oh, well, let's get a quick release on it. Only been out of the water for, I'd say, about 2 minutes. Yeah, off she swims. Perfect. Alright, I don't know what that was, but it was very cool looking. Righto guys, we're on our last cast here. I've set all 3 rods out, put a big fillet of bonito on the big one, and a little strip of it on the small rod. On our last cast, it's nearly 6:30, we're getting a bit tired. So yeah, just got the rods set up like so. Hoping for one last salmon, tailor, dewey, anything that wants to come through. And yeah, I'll get the other camera set up, and hopefully we get one more fish for you. Well everyone, thanks for watching. It's been the probably the most productive surf session I've ever had. Got I think 7 fish and I've been here for a good 3 hours. Nothing giant, but I'd say I got my 2nd biggest salmon and first ever whatever kind of shark that was. As you can see, it was pretty messy conditions, but yeah, resulted quite well. So thanks for watching everyone. If you liked the video, make sure to subscribe, leave a comment if you've got any questions, and I'll see you in the next one.